Hello and welcome back to another video here on the Trek Investing in Crypto channel. And today we're going to be going over HCMC stock, Healthier Choices Management Corp. And while there's been a lot of mixed reactions regarding the HCMC stock, and I actually just wanted to give my 2 cents on what I actually think the future could possibly hold for HCMC coming up into next year. And so HCMC is actually in a lawsuit with Philip Morris right now, as most of you guys already know. Now, the stakes are actually pretty high in this lawsuit, and if HCMC does end up winning the lawsuit, they could actually settle with Philip Morris for a considerable amount of money. And then with this money, HCMC could actually initiate a share buyback scheme in which they're going to buy a significant amount of their own shares in order to boost the price of HCMC. Now, this would end up causing the price of HCMC to skyrocket, and we might actually see it hitting even passing 1 cent, which is actually insane because right now we have 3 zeros and we're at 0.0006, and we might end up eating 2 zeros and we might actually end up having a huge gain. Those of you who have been in HCMC for the long term, you guys will probably remember when we actually ended up hitting our 52-week high of 6 cents, which is like 8 months ago. And well, with this buyback scheme, we might actually end up passing 6 cents, or we might get close to that range again. Taking a ton of shares out of circulation would actually be insane for HCMC. It depends on how many shares they're actually willing to buy back and how much percentage of the money that they actually win from the lawsuit that they're actually willing to spend on this. But this could actually potentially be huge, and this could be the point where a lot of people just start to sell off because they just see that one spike. And a lot of people are probably going to be like, we're probably never going to see something like this again. This is probably the end for HCMC. And well, that might be the case, but I'm not going to assume right now because it's too early in the game. So if HCMC does actually end up hitting 6 cents or more, this is actually going to be an insane 10,000% gain for somebody who gets in today. So if somebody puts in $200 today into HCMC, they would potentially end up getting a $20,000 return by the time that this lawsuit is over, if this stock does actually end up hitting 6 cents, which is actually insane. Just putting in $200 would get you 20K. I know that sounds crazy, but that actually did the math on this. And yeah, but imagine if somebody had gotten in early on and they put in $1,000 and they're currently holding over 1 million shares, that person would possibly get over 60K in returns if this stock actually does end up hitting 6 cents within the next couple of months, which are all huge gains. Personally, I'm holding over 500,000 shares. So for me, this would probably be around like 40 to 50K that I'd probably be getting out of this, because I'm also going to be buying extra shares since it's actually kind of cheap right now. Now, while this might sound exciting, this thing could actually go both ways. We actually don't know as of now whether or not HCMC is going to win this case. And even if they win the case, are they actually going to spend a significant amount of money into the share buyback scheme, which they probably won't. We have two different things that we're dealing with here. If both things end up going in the right direction, then HCMC shareholders will actually be pretty happy getting massive gains. But let's actually go ahead and check out the RSI levels for HCMC stock, because there seems to be a recurring pattern for the past 8 months. So if we actually go ahead and we actually check the RSI at this peak point right here, you guys can actually see that the RSI was at around 70, which actually overbought territory, meaning that the stock is actually going to fall down in price, which actually happens right here. You guys can see it drops, and then at this dip right here, we can also see that the RSI is pretty low. It's at around 30, which is actually a sign that it is oversold, and now it's a good time to buy. And then once again, you guys see a dip right here. It's at around 30 once again. And then we have a mini peak right here. And the RSI is pretty high. Once again, it's sort of an overbought territory. And then we have this same recurring pattern that happens throughout the past 8 months. So you guys definitely want to be watching for these RSI levels. They probably won't make too much of a difference since this stock has a really low price right now. But if you guys start to see some action and the stock actually starts going upwards, then you definitely want to be watching the RSI levels just as a sign. And right now we can actually see that there's been a tight consolidation for the past couple of weeks since last month. And you guys can see that the RSI is at these like random numbers like 40s and like 50s. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not close to 30, and it's not too close to 70 either. It's just tightly consolidating and we just haven't seen too much action happening. But you guys definitely want to make sure you do some research about this stock, because yeah, this could definitely go both ways. As I said earlier, you could definitely end up getting huge gains if you actually put in more into this stock right now, or you could just sell off a little bit and just stay, at least have some skin in the game, partially having some shares in HCMC. That could also be beneficial because you're going to get some of the gains. So let's say, for example, I have 500,000 shares right now. So if I was to sell like 250,000 shares right now, I would probably make somewhere between like 10 to 20K, if everything goes right. But yeah, personally, I'm going to be staying in HCMC, and I'm actually going to be holding just to see where this thing goes. And that's personally because I actually didn't put that much money into HCMC when I actually got in. I got in pretty early, and I only put in about $30. So yeah, I don't have too much to lose, only something to gain here. So I'm actually going to be watching this stock pretty closely. Also, we're not going to be covering this too much in detail because we actually have other OTC stocks to be covering on the channel. But yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Make sure to turn on your notification bell. Also, we have some Patreon links in the description down below if you guys want to go check that out and help out the channel. It does help out a lot. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.